Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I am Lanolin, and we are back with episode 81 of my modded Minecraft Let's Play series. Oh man, it's dark outside. I've been doing a little bit of work off camera as far as getting us ready for this episode. Mostly, oh yeah, that's right, my bed's up here. Mostly a lot of work actually. I've been online for quite some time, but I'm getting us ready to build up this boiler. And there's just a little bit of prep work I wanted to do in regards to the building and everything. Pretty straightforward. Also, our workhorse, probably the hardest working machine in this entire base, the woodcutter. It's broken. Oh no! That's okay. I'm ready to go for this as well. I also went ahead and made some of this stuff ahead of time, so we're not spending hours and hours trying to get this thing ready. Because if we remember last time, getting this card together took the better part of an episode, mostly because the crafting components are a bit complicated, but that's okay. We're ready to go. The downside is we got to pick this guy up, and it's going to take a long time for this guy to get to the point where we can actually use him again. But as you can see there, I had a little bit of a building set up for our endeavors. But the first part of this episode, we got to fix this cart because we need more wood. As much wood as we can get. Although I will say we still have a crap ton of wood. I think we still have over 20,000. So I think we still need one more piece. We got to come back over here to our cart assembler. I think we need to make the cart disassembler or something like that. Steve's with an apostrophe. Cart assembler. Where are you at? It's like the disassembler or something like that. Modifier. Ooh, maybe it's the modifier. Oh, here we go. Yeah, the cart modifier allows you to disassemble and modify carts. Whoa. Whoops. What's the recipe for that? Okay, good. It's not too bad. I was expecting it to be some like crazy complicated. But it's not. Nice. So blank upgrade. Ooh, we do need some reinforced metal. That's a little bit. That's not too bad, but I'm not exactly happy about it. So let's make 2 of these guys. Not too bad. Let's go ahead and make. So the last time I tried to craft something using, wait, actually I need to make an advanced PCB. Hopefully this doesn't crash. Oh, nice, it didn't. The last time I tried to make an auto craft, or not auto craft, but like shift click craft, whatever you want to call it, and applied it in a crafting terminal like this with the advanced PCB, the game crashed, which was kind of strange. But it didn't this time. That's pretty awesome. Oh, actually, I need 2 more of these. And an anvil, and bam, there we go. Cool. So we got ourselves a cart modifier. So what this is going to allow us to do, if we run on over here and take our cart modifier and put them on there like that. Nice. Just shift right click, or you can actually just kind of place it next to it, and it'll connect up to it like that, like you saw kind of popped into it. So I think if we right click this, nice, we can put our cart in here, and it will, okay, oh nice. I thought it used to have a prep time. Okay, so what we have to do is replace this guy, the hardened woodcutter. Oh yeah, we have to take it off. Ugh. So you click them like that. See how these guys are green? That means that they can be removed. You click them, they turn red. That means they're going to be disassembled or removed or whatever. So click this guy. Our total time to disassemble this is going to take 40 minutes. So this isn't going to be ready by the time the episode's over. In fact, this isn't going to be ready to use it again. Be ready to be used again probably a few episodes from now because we have to put it back together. Whew. So let me actually run up here and grab the hopper like we did last time because we're going to do a similar setup as last time. Oh, nice, we have a hopper already. And then all of the coals. That should be enough. That should be more than enough, to be honest. So hopper, put that in there, and boom. This guy should start up now. Go. Cool. So yeah, it's going to take 40 minutes. Once that 40 minutes is up, it should actually, the card will probably pop back in here, I believe, in this little inventory. And then we can put it back in there, and yeah, there's a whole bunch of, little bit of a process that's going to take forever. In the meantime, what we can do is actually get this hardened woodcutter ready. Like I mentioned earlier, I already kind of took the time to create some of the more tedious things like all the reinforced metal for the hardened steel blades and all that stuff. So all we have to do is that. Nice, because I already have it all made. Because we've already seen all that big crazy process. So Not a big deal. So what I'm going to do is actually toss him in there. Nice. Nothing that really, like, no real reason to put it in there. I'm just putting it in there just so I make sure I know where he's at. So, give me a moment. I will come on back now that this guy is all set up and ready to go. Again, it's going to take about 40 minutes. And, yeah. So, give me a second. I'll be right back. I'm not going to wait till this thing is done. We're going to push on with the episode. I just got a couple things I want to get together, and then I will return. All right, we are back, and I just wanted to kind of check in with you guys. As you can see here, I have a redstone energy cell in my inventory that I'm actually going to replace this with. I took the time to go ahead and put it together because I got pretty tired of constantly running like back and forth refilling the thing, because I've been online for a little while kind of setting stuff up, and yeah, I got tired of doing it. So I was like, you know what, screw it, I'm just going to make a redstone energy cell. Set these guys up so it'll last a while, and it has. Look at this. We have almost 9,000 charcoal. I had to upgrade this guy a couple times. Yeah, he's got a storage upgrade in there, and I think I tossed a storage upgrade in, yeah, in here, because we have a lot of saplings. Oh, I thought we had over, okay, never mind. I thought we had over 20,000 oak wood. We might with all this wood that's waiting to be chopped down. Maybe, maybe not. It kind of sucks that guy's out of commission. To be honest, I totally forgot about that guy and him running out. Normally I try to keep up with it. So anyway, how are we doing on steel? I went ahead and loaded this up with iron, and we have, woo baby, a lot of steel. I don't have any use for it though. I actually have no use for it at the moment. In the future, we'll probably have a use for quite a lot of steel, I think. Kind of depends on the route I want to take. But, again, it's always a good idea to have some steel on hand, because you never, maybe not that much steel, but because you never know when you're going to make something from Railcraft, and it'd be like, oh, hey, by the way, you need some steel randomly. So, yeah. So this episode, what are we going to focus on? Well, I have this rolling machine in my inventory for good reason, because I'm going to put him right there. Nice. And I am going to go ahead and wire him up. Now, this is... Now, you could say you just put them over here. You just put them right there and not have to worry about wiring anything up. Actually, I'm going to toss these energy conduits. Because this, I want to run I want the power from this power cell to kind of run all over the place in that area, and this is kind of the beginning of that. Just kind of getting it set up. And I figured it would be a wise idea to use the enhanced energy conduit so I don't run into the issue where I had earlier, where I'm just like, well, I've got all these poopy conduits all over the place, and now I need to replace them all. But no big deal. See, let me come down here, hook this guy up real quick. Disabled. You're good. You're powered. You're not powered. Oh, you need to be set to output. Now you're powered. Sweet. Just cover things up just a little bit. Are we good? I like to make sure that there's no like gaps so monsters and stuff don't spawn, because that's no fun. Especially when you're not sure where the hell the monster is. He's just back there just like making noise. It's like, oh my god, zombie or skeleton, please hush. Alright, so we got ourselves in a nice little area set up right here. Again, this redstone energy cell I'm going to probably wire on over to this building, which is going to be where the boilers sit. Hell yeah, producing our steam. We're going to have to do something with that steam, because the steam doesn't just turn into electricity. So again, a lot of steps involved in making this boiler work, but totally worth. So anyway, why do I have so much iron on me? Well, we need to make ourselves some steel plates. Nice, or iron plates. No steel plates yet, because we got to make the boiler parts. That's going to be our focus this episode. We need to make ourselves 9 solid fueled boiler fireboxes. This is going to make up the base of the boiler. And then we need to make, I'm going to make the biggest size, the 3x4x3. And they're not hollow either. So at 3, 6, 9... No, I'm sorry. 9 plus 9 plus 9 plus 9. So 18 and 18 is 36. I think. So I think. My math might be a little bit off on that. So I think I need 36 low-pressure boiler tanks, which isn't too bad, actually. Only needs 2 iron plates. Now, if we were going to go with the high-pressure boiler tanks, which produce 20 millibuckets, yeah, millibuckets of steam per tick. So keep in mind, even though it's... Well, he's like, wow, it's only one boiler tank equals 10 millibuckets of steam. It's not very much steam. Keep in mind that it's 10 per tank, and you have 36 tanks, so that's 360 millibuckets of steam per tick. It's pretty good. That's actually pretty significant amount. And believe it or not, from what I read, the low pressure boilers are actually more efficient than the high pressure boilers. Just the high pressure boilers are going to put out more steam per tick, so you have a higher output of steam, but it's going to cost you a little bit more fuel. So that's kind of why I'm going with the low pressure boiler to start out with, because honestly, charcoal is probably one of the weakest things to put into a boiler, but I don't mind. I like the idea of charcoal. It's nice and renewable and pretty freaking awesome. So this guy stops at 40. Or I'm sorry, no. He stops when he leaves, when he's only sitting on just the single bits. If you click him, he'll go ahead and do the last one. So I'm just going to start off with just a stack of iron plates, because I didn't do any of the math beforehand. Oh, man, you know what I need up here? I need a crafting bench. Crafting bench. I really don't have a crafting table? Oh, man. Surprised. I normally have some on hand. See here that? You see the here the zombies just freaking moaning away? Yeah, I have no idea where that guy is. He's somewhere being annoying, but I have no idea where. There we go. That looks kind of neat. All right, so bam. There's 32, so we're going to need just a handful more. So let's just take a half a stack, toss it in there, and let it go. So what can we do in the meantime? In the meantime, let's make ourselves our fireboxes. So the low-pressure fireboxes aren't too bad, to say the least, especially compared to the liquid-fueled fireboxes. Or I'm sorry, the solid-fueled boiler fireboxes are a lot easier as far as the recipe goes. The solid-fueled guys, which is what we're going to make, only require some clay, or I'm sorry, some brick, some fire charges, which aren't too bad, and a furnace. While the liquid-fueled boilers, yeah, a little bit more complicated. Lots of steel. Lots and lots of steel. And, of course, the fire charges and a furnace and a bucket, because it's going to be holding some liquids. So, yeah. Again, another reason why I'm going with this guy. So, wow. Just like that, there goes the last fire charge. Again, not a big deal, though. Because, the recipe makes 3 at a time, which makes these guys actually really cheap. And, again, we need 9. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No. Oh, well, damn. One extra. Damn. I was trying not to waste any. Oh, well, we have one extra. I don't think there's anything. You can actually make some pretty small boilers. Yeah, so you can actually make a 1x1 boiler, which is kind of cool for, early game. So if you're playing some, a more hardcore, intense mod pack where resources are, really, really strict, it might be worth making a 1x1 boiler. Solid fueled boiler. You just have to make sure it stays cool. That's one thing. All right, so how are we doing? Are you done? Wow, you made another 60? Okay, I'll take it. So we're going to hold on to this just for now, because I'm probably wrong on my math. All right, so I'm actually going to put this up 1, because I want a little bit of space down there, because there's a lot of connecting of things, because this guy needs to have an input for coal, or charcoal, which we already have kind of prepared. Anywhere, it just hooks on up, and then it also needs an input for water. It's a boiler, producing steam. You obviously need water, so just keep that in mind. Yeah, these guys look really cool when you're putting them together. And I don't like to put the last bits in until I'm all the way up at the top. And again, this is going to be 4 high, because it's a 3x4x3. So now that guy, and boiler. Look at that. He forms on up. We should right-click this guy. Steam boiler. Nice. That's awesome, dude. Now, he's off at the moment, obviously. So, first little bits of our low-pressure boiler are ready. So, we have an input for, here's our steam, temperature, I believe. Wow, this has actually changed around since the last time I looked at it. The last time I messed around with the boilers, all this stuff was on the left side, and all this stuff was on the right side. So, water inputs, buckets, if you want to do it by hand. Or if you have lava buckets, I think you can put lava buckets and stuff in here. And then all of our charcoal is going to go in here. However, remember, we have this fire charge. And this fire charge is going to help us kind of... I'm actually not 100% if it makes it faster, but it does make it a lot easier to heat it up. I'm pretty sure it still takes the same amount of time to heat up. I just won't need to use 100 stacks of charcoal to heat it up. Because remember, it's really inefficient when it warms up. So let's actually get the last few out of here, because why not? It's not Not a bad thing to have some iron plates on hand, especially when you're working with Railcraft. Oh yeah, I also wanted to mention, have fully updated my pack, which again, if you've been watching for a little while, or if you're new to the series, just kind of checking things out. I basically just use the Direwolf 20 pack with a handful of my own mods that I've chosen. You can find the official pack list for the little personal pack that I'm using in the first few episodes. I might remember to put it in the description of this episode, but I kind of forgot like 60 episodes ago, and I just kind of never started back up because, yeah, I'd have to catch up, and that's no fun. So anyway, what are we going to do? Well, next thing we need to do is make this guy, give this guy some water. And we need to give him his fuel. Although the charcoal I kind of want to wait on for now. I don't want to start feeding this guy fuel until he's ready to go. And he's not quite ready to go yet. He needs to be fully ready. Because if you give this guy water while he's hot, bad things will happen. He will explode, and it will be a disaster. Not fun. Not fun at all. Okay, so give me a second. I'm going to kind of take a look at our time, see how we're doing, and I will come on back, see if there's any last-minute stuff we can get together before we have to close out the episode. All right, so we are back, and I think what we're going to do to close out the episode, because I realize we actually have a pretty significant amount of time left. I kind of thought we were closer to wrapping up, but I guess I had a lot more time than I thought. So, as I mentioned, we need to make sure that these guys are cooled. Constantly. So what I did is I went ahead and went and created an aqueous accumulator. I was looking at some of the Gendustry stuff. I was hoping it would say how much power this stuff uses, but it doesn't. So I'm going to have to look it up just to kind of make sure that everything is going as planned. So yeah, we're going to come down here and kind of set up an area where this guy can generate water, but is low enough to the ground that we don't have to worry about him getting in the way of any type of mechanical whatevers that we set up in the future. So, a little bit of water. Let me out. Let me out. A little bit of water. And there. Perfect. Now we can go ahead and grab our aqueous accumulator. The pressurized fluid conduits should do just fine. Like, these guys don't, like, burn through water like crazy mad. But they do need to, of course, have a steady supply of water. Kind of just similar to the engines from earlier in the series, our commercial engines that we have running underneath our base. Now, these guys also have a pretty significant internal buffer, so you don't, again, it's once you have something, honestly, that will give it water, it should be pretty much good to go. Unless, of course, it's already hot when you put water into it, in which case it'll blow up, which nobody wants. I'm going to leave these. And actually, I should just leave this all unplugged. Nice. Cool, so that guy's going to fill up with water. What is next? Oh, yeah, we can get this pipe down over here. What? I thought I got rid of all the water. Because I don't know if you remember from the previous episode, but there was like a little lake right here. I guess actually a little pond. And I kind of got rid of it. It looks nice, but, progress. It was in the way of progress. I kept that lake. In fact, I made a little waterfall. I think it looks nice. So anyway, back to what we were doing. Let's go down just a little bit more. Like one more. There we go. I like to make sure I got a lot of room to work. So I'm not like in the future going, man, I wish I would have made this stuff a little bit deeper so I could do this and that. I just start off by making it deep. Oh, I forgot my conduits. Man. I'm stuck. Let me out. Okay. Dude, this portal, super nice. The luminizers are really nice for getting around the base. The portal gun is really good for just skipping everything altogether and just flying, or just like instantly showing up where I want to be. Well, so long as where I want to be is where portal is. So item conduits, I have 10. That is not enough. At least I don't think it'll be enough, but I should, yay! Should be able to make more. And poof. Poof. Right down here. Actually, this still might not be enough, actually. Give. Thank you. Run. Oh, yeah, when do we turn? Let's turn, like, right here. Looks good. Nice. Wow, we can actually just run this right up this guy. But I'm going to make sure that you... Okay. Yeah, I'm just going to leave you how you are for now. Because, again, I don't want this guy trying to fill up with charcoal yet. In fact, what are you set on? Oh, you know what? Oh, extract. Okay, yeah, you can still extract on purple. All right, so we don't have to worry about this guy extracting anyway, because he's currently only extracting on the purple line. I wonder if I can set up multiple extraction points, or if I have to put this guy also on the purple line. I mean, I guess that's not a big deal, actually. All right, that's fine. That's fine. I'm just kind of trying to think of how I got to do this. You're not filling up, right? Water's coming in kind of slowly, but it's coming in. All right, cool. Sweet. Awesome. So everything is pretty much prepped. I think the last thing I need to prep for is just somewhere for this guy to put his steam. Now, he has a pretty significant internal buffer of steam on his own, 576,000 steam. That, and when he's heating up, he's not going to produce too much steam anyway. So we kind of have a bit of time, which is good because we got to set up some other stuff. Because, as I've mentioned, a lot of this power is going to be going towards powering bee stuff. Oh, yeah. Bee stuff. I love me some bees. And I was also thinking about maybe setting up some industrial crafts, some cool industrial craft infrastructure kind of around there as well. Because the forestry stuff kind of meshes pretty well together with Railcraft. I mean, forestry was originally a build craft, not mod, not port. Like it was kind of like an add-on, but not really. Like it still had its own standalone infrastructure. Forestry did, but it worked really well with Buildcraft, and honestly, it works well with a lot of things. And I love doing forestry stuff with the Railcraft boilers. It doesn't really make much sense, but I don't know, I like it. The crazy pollution from the boilers burning up all the coal, or the charcoal, only to power all of my flowers and farms and stuff. Because there's a couple, what I want to try and do is get some of the cool tree breeding mechanics going. I don't think I'll try and breed through all of the trees, but I think what I'm going to kind of focus on is trying to get some of the cooler trees, like some of the darker colored trees, and just some of the trees that have really cool colored wood. So I gotta know, make some cool stuff. Because ultimately, I'd really like to rebuild this village. All the villagers have been wiped out. It's been destroyed, blown to smithereens by creepers, and me exploring it, getting it blown up by creepers. And yeah, I think it'd be really cool to kind of build it up again. And I think as I wrap around, because I'm slowly starting to wrap around, we're gonna have some cool bee buildings and everything like that, and the trees are kind of start growing everywhere and being populated by the bees. And I think it'll look really pretty, and it'll look even better with a nice, big, flourishing village. So that's kind of what we're going to be working on for the next few days, or next few episodes as we wait for our steam boiler to warm up. However, for now, we have to kind of close out the episode. So thanks for watching, guys. I have been Lanolin. Come back next episode where we finally get this guy warmed up. It's going to take, again, a long time for this guy to heat himself up, but we got ourselves a refined firestone and a huge backlog of charcoal that's going to do a pretty good job, I think, of getting this guy up and running. So again, I have been Lanolin. This has been Modded Minecraft. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.